mentions the aliens have been tampering with their genetic code and they now possess ungodly mental powers. It has the ability to read the minds of all intelligent creatures.
You can already see the HUD was so different.
Incredible.
The creature is blocking my scan with his moon gibberish. Identify yourself, calcium-filled Earth creature, or you will be vaporized.
And the early version of Crypto there.
Ignorant life form.
Confused and aggravated by the defecation and lack of conversation from the cow, it uses its mind to pick it up and fling it around and eventually mutilate it. Cattle mutilations are a big problem, but unfortunately this one has been uncovered.
What in tarnation? What's getting my best all flustered?
That guy definitely was different.
1 in 5 Americans believe in alien abductions and flying saucers.
What are you? Invaders!
And 93% of statistics are made
Oh,
up
that
of
one was... That's real different.
I'm coming to get you, you varmint!
Despite its considerable mental powers, the alien is not immune to physical harm. Unfortunately for this poor grassmaster, he is not immune to the creature's mental suggestions. Watch how it leads this poor farmhand into its interrogation chamber.
Wow, the intro would have
That's
played
right,
out
people.
so different.
These aliens don't believe in the Geneva Conventions.
They don't believe in Geneva Conventions?
On my autopsy table, you freak. Moving from the rural farmlands, the alien searches for more people in a slightly more populated setting. The county fair, a moonlit night. Does this look familiar, people? It could be yours. Unfortunately, this Norman Rockwell setting is about to get a close encounter of the destructive kind. The alien has the ability to implant images into
Which
the
the
minds
Crypto
of its
could not have his weapon out at this point.
Unfortunately, those who are body snatched are generally disposed of. Donning its ill-gotten disguise, the creature weaves its way into the fair. Notice it doesn't.
Maybe I better go back to the 2-martini lunch.
It had something up there on the top left.
The thoughts right out of our heads. No one is safe. Look at this poor sap, a man of the cloth, and he is forced to humiliate himself, bending himself to the whim of the alien just to create a distraction so that the alien can slip by unnoticed. We don't know why they do this. Perhaps there is some limit to their powers.
I wonder why Bessie's so tense.
He seems to have no limit to its appetite for human knowledge. Watch as this poor girl is flung about in order to create yet another distraction.
Hello?
The alien is now
People actually, a lot of people would have went over to go and check it out, apparently.
Continuing on his way, he comes across a drive-in movie. Some kids out for some wholesome entertainment.
One more sweet cheeks comment, and I'm storming out.
Clearly, he has no respect for privacy or romance. The alien also seems confused by the Hollywood movie depicting humans shooting down alien craft. He drops his disguise and talks to the humans.
You think you can destroy us so easily? You humans are pathetic. We will control your government and destroy all things.
long is this? I may have to make a couple of extras if this goes on for so long. Just showing him throw everything around like he doesn't even have a limit. Oh, now he pulled out the gun. God, it's like... Back then, to see, like, footage of a game, this is what you would get. This is what you'd get. Unless you were there yourself, this is what you would get for footage. Unless it was an extra fair upload, like a week, this is what you get. That's
The alien has
crazy.
also attempted to infiltrate the highest levels of our government. Remember, everybody, we are only as strong as our weakest link. The alien snatches the scientist's body and then pulls
Hereby
its mind.
follow standard insertion procedures, Captain.
Even our greatest minds are like putty to this alien freak.
Is that your great one?
We let these guys discredit themselves. They do a fine job.
When Lord will they roast me again?
However, the alien doesn't seem to like it. And disposes
Excuse me?
poor man. The alien uses its disguise to probe the minds of our learned
The
GIs.
brass always bust my chops.
It can then use this information in subsequent conversations to influence the weak-willed.
Hold it right there, pal.
Notice how carefully the alien chooses its words.
There would have been a lot more of that.
Ah, my cousin, Gretchen, loves a man in uniform. You'd like to meet her.
Okay, Professor, you hold it. You have to get past me as well.
Clearly, the alien is not above using sex to sell its lies.
You know, Gretchen has a twin sister named Ivy. I could introduce you.
All right, I'll let you through.
Did he say something about sex on the line or what? Hey, show the screen, dumbass.
Fortunately, there are some of us who are strong enough to resist its powers.
Ah, getting found out by Majestic. I didn't think this would be so long. I think he's got the eye on. Yep. Fire would have been pretty different. But you gotta remember, their E3 footage always has to be the best that it is, so that people will want it. It may not even turn out this way. And not to say the game turned out crap, it turned out very well. Watch the guy be like, watch as it takes off in its flying saucer and destroys everyone. Stop turning your camera, look at the guy. What are you looking over there for? Just the ultimate destruction. Destroy all humans. So that's where they ended that.
Hi, this is Adam. I'm the lead programmer.
Hey, this is Brad, I'm director. And this is Dan, I'm the senior designer. And
The
this
fuck is that?
The Destroy All Humans evolution of the game movie. And yeah, this build is...
Evolution of the game. We'll look at that one last, because it would be very special. Let's look at the E3 trailers. 2 years before this trailer, I was born. Yeah, that taxi would have been in there, but it wasn't. I've watched this a lot, actually, so...
They have abducted one of our own. Now, you must face off against a hostile race. Use your weapons. Use your mind against the most feared enemy in the galaxy. Mankind. Avoid detection. Gather intelligence. Destroy anything in your path.
The Destructor over here would have been the Ion thing. But you can see so many different things already.
But most of all,
The Disintegrator was
destroy
something completely
all
different.
humans.
Boom!
Destroy all humans. One.
Alright, then this one.
Let's go sunning. It's
I
so
believe I
good
used
for
this
you.
one
Let's
for
go
one of the playthroughs
sunning
versions of an
beneath the
intro.
sky.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt this program to bring you breaking news from the observatory at Rockwell.
In over 20 years of broadcasting, I'm at a loss for words. I can only describe what I'm seeing as not from this Earth. Something is emerging out of the spacecraft. It's raising its hand. Perhaps a sign of peace. No! We are under attack!
Yeah, this is the trailer that was closest to the game's release. See, if this is actual gameplay, we don't even hardly get trailers like this nowadays.
Ladies and gentlemen, due to technical difficulties, we are unable to continue the broadcast from the Rockwell Observatory.
Pathetic humans.
There was that. Alright, let's do making of movie. This one's actually kind of interesting.
At ease. I want to keep this briefing brief.
Like, imagine a
Time is a
Destroy All
luxury we do
Humans
not have.
movie.
The bombers are awaiting our word. The president is on hold and my car is double parked outside. Direct cable communication has been maintained with Washington, but there is no radio at all. Now this much is certain. We have recently acquired new information from Majestic about the imminent threat to mankind. This is the enemy. Take a good look, gentlemen. They hail from the planet Gorta in the Proxima Centauri system and call themselves Furons. Notice their oversized craniums and small status, but don't be fooled. They are mean, calculating, and ruthless. Here's some of what we do know. They use psychokinesis, and their ability to read minds is in proportion to their head size. They do not sleep and have a total disdain for humans. Think of us like cattle. They have 4 fingers on each hand, and they all have the same size feet. But that's not the worst of it. Their technology is generations ahead of ours. Their air power is superior, and their arsenal is frightening. From this ultra-high altitude infrared radioactive image, we can tell that the alien spacecrafts are heading for the cities of Santa Modesta, Rockwell, Uniontown, Capital City, and Area 42. In summary, we're being invaded. More disturbing evidence has emerged. We believe that several corporations have been aiding the Furons. THQ and Pandemic Studios are in bed with the enemy. Roll the film. From their innocent-looking headquarters in Brisbane, Australia, comes mankind's greatest threat. Using advanced technology known as a computer, they have developed an alien training aid. We believe they have been consorting with the Furons under our very noses for a number of years. What you are about to see are the traitors to mankind.
Who told you about the Furons?
Well, you know, they're fictional. They're something that we made up.
Don't know where you heard about them.
Crypto, he's a crazy little alien.
In the game, you get to play one of the aliens called Crypto Spiridium, and Crypto is the 136th clone of his line. The Furons have figured out how to clone him,
I'm not sure.
and as a result, their race is dying.
You know, certainly it's very handy for them to get their hands on our DNA. You know, I know their gene pool's depleted, and a long time ago
Anyway, this is a funny little
put
thing.
some of their DNA and mixed it with ours. But you know, it's just a game, right?
He's looking for brain stems. Brain stems that've got ancient Furon DNA in them. They need it to reinvigorate them, their own DNA pool. Doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand, but he's always out there.
You are just making a game. What's wrong with you?
In real life, humans wouldn't stand a chance. I mean, you know, they're just puny and ineffective and pathetic, really. And an alien race of any substantial power, especially the power to traverse the interstellar reaches of space, would have absolutely no trouble conquering humans. So, in the game, that's kind of the direction that we went.
It's funny also because it's the 50s and everybody laughs at the 50s. Everyone can see that's funny. But when you can go into that environment and mess with it as an alien, it's quite hilarious.
The lack of remorse is chilling. Pathetic humans! That's what they think of us. Well, let me tell you something. We ain't gonna get pushed around by no little 4-fingered, big-headed midgets whose sole intent is to steal our NDA.
DNA.
Whatever! Roll the film!
Pathetic humans. All around town, you see them doing chicken dances. It's the Furon. It gets into their minds, their weak little minds.
We realized when we were making the game that any alien was bound to have superior mental and technological power.
The Furons have psychic powers in the game we're making, of course. They don't really exist. For instance, they have telekinesis. They can pick up objects and throw them around.
It's one Furon, Crypto. He uses psychokinesis and picks up the cows. I don't know what he does with them. Why the cows?
The ability to create illusions in the minds of humans.
They can project an image into the mind of other humans of a human disguise. They can walk amongst us. You would never know there's a Furon amongst you.
they have psychic abilities. You know, they can read minds and hypnotize people, and even an anal probe, which is kind of uncomfortable to talk about.
That's not all. It gets worse. Guns, tanks, bombs. They're like toys against them. This is what we're up against. Roll the film.
They've got some pretty cool weapons, there's no doubt, particularly from the UFO. UFOs definitely beat cars, there's no doubt about that, and gives you a much better view of the city and a bit more destructive power, and even on the ground, using a jetpack sure beats walking.
You've got your classic death ray, which is just sort of singeing through buildings and cars. Those cars can be picked up with the PK ability and set fires alight elsewhere. Then you've got your quantum deconstructor, which is like the all-out, the amazing weapon. It's the one that I guess you're not going to get many of in the game, and that's just going to blow everything to bits, basically. You can go down in third-person mode and get right up close to objects and people and environments, and you get these really nice high-res.
You say third-person mode like we were going to go first-person.
You can get up in your ship and just blow everything to bits, and all these massive effects and particles are just rendering at that time, and really that's quite an achievement in itself, to be able to have almost like two types of games in the one game.
The physics engine we use is called the Havoc engine, and it takes the realism of the game to another level. It really allows you to manipulate people in different ways and throw cars around and have car doors fly open and bits of cars go flying off.
The aliens have vastly superior technology, and there's no way that you're going to stop them. I mean, you have to warn people. I mean, you have to bring down the government to stop these things. You're gonna have to do it!
The government are trying to cover up what's ever happened, all these strange
What does he freak out for?
in and around USA to keep the population calm.
He was the one who kept saying it's just a game.
G-Men are purely fictitious characters we created for our game. The secret organization they work for, completely made up.
What are you massaging him for?
There'll be panic. There'll be chaos. They'll destroy all humans.
That's the guy who should have been
Somebody
screaming.
ring my wife. I won't be home for dinner. Listen, there's no room for your mother in the bomb shelter. I gotta go. The whole world is waiting, for this will decide the fate of civilization. All humanity, whether we live or die, will depend on what we decide here in order to remind ourselves what exactly it is that we're up against. I asked the boys in the lab to cut together this next piece of film.
The coolest thing about the game is that you can take the form of an alien and run amok in human society.
Zabomatic would have looked a little
Let's face it, you've seen them. They've totally got it coming.
The best thing about the game is it's different.
Oh, I just love being able to play the alien for once, and the bad guy becomes the good guy.
Really not.
I love just getting in the UFO and just blowing stuff up.
It's funny to mess with people's heads. In this game it becomes a reality, and it's heaps of fun.
I don't think you understand the kind of power that these guys have. I mean, they've got one mission on planet Earth. They've got one desire, and that's to destroy all humans.
This is no game,
Why is he
gentlemen.
freaking out?
This is mankind's darkest hour.
I don't know why that guy was freaking out, but let's look at the last one, the evolution of the game. And then I need to wait
Hi,
till I
this
can
is Adam.
actually get
I'm the
to,
lead programmer.
Hey, this
the
is Brad,
bathroom
I'm
since it's
director.
taken up.
And this is Dan, I'm the senior designer. And this is the Destroy All Humans evolution of the game movie. And yeah, this build is our first proper build, which was March 2003.
So this is the first build of the game. Oh my god.
This had
3 months in.
And this had the cool building destruction in
3
it.
months in.
We had buildings under lots of physics pieces. It's a very early
Definitely
prototype.
looks like it was PS1.
Couldn't totally keep all of this in the full game, unfortunately, but you know,
3,000 buildings in this.
there's like 3,000 buildings in this level. You'll note how huge, insanely huge this level is.
Oh, the vehicle just like...
And that was
it's
because
just
there was no
gone.
people walking around it, and you were just flying around in a
Quantum
UFO, so it could be quite
Sonic
large.
Boom. What the hell?
Notice you're switching through the multiple weapons.
They
There's the
aren't
red
anything.
beam, the blue beam, and of course the green
Oh
beam.
yeah, the
Yes.
buildings
Famous green beam.
just
My
fucking
favourite
fell
is the
apart
green beam.
differently.
It's quite edgy, the green beam.
Mm-hmm.
Had an edgy quality to it.
How's it edgy? This is 2004. They're talking about edgy?
Also notice the copious amount of roads that Brad placed down in this early prototype. I think he spent
Many
a full
roads.
day laying several
Dude,
tens
what
of
was the
kilometers
point of the
road
other
networks
versions?
only
They
to
didn't really do anything.
It was
roll
an
all the way
authentic.
how many days
See,
later?
watch that building collapse. I mean, doesn't that make sense? Yes, I did. Yes, but we had like 4-lane highways and all sorts of things in this early prototype.
Oh my god,
It's actually
Crypto
one
runs
that
so
went down
fucking
into
weird.
Union
What is
Town.
that gun?
We had this whole map,
Yep.
and then it went down
Ew, it's
into...
an
We had a
ugly
docks area
laser.
to the side of this map, and then that slowly...
She's just
was
gone.
about a year turned into
Yes.
Union
She's
Town.
just gone.
It's still in the game, yeah.
Yes.
Sort of.
Technically. This is the point where we were, of course, quite stupid and made an enormous map that we could never actually make work. So
Yep.
That's some weird sucking gun.
yes,
That's right. This is when we had the Hypno Beam was collecting... you had to collect as many people as possible and have them follow you back to your ship. So
Yeah.
you could feed them to your space beasts.
that's right. And originally there was no abilities; there were just all guns with Crypto, which we eventually morphed into a set of guns and a set of abilities.
This was the most awesome mode of the game, and I am deeply saddened that it's cut
Yeah.
at ludicrous speed.
Fortunately, we just couldn't get the rights to the music.
To the music that we can't tell you what the music is
Yes.
because...
I think you can
You don't have
guess.
the rights to it.
Yeah. And so this was 2 months after that, so this was
This was the May build.
May 2003. This is our first ever mission in Bay City.
Bay City, which you'll notice isn't in the final game. So don't go
Yeah,
looking
it's
for
not.
it. It's not hidden anywhere in the game.
What the fuck is
Nowhere.
this?
Nowhere at all. Really, it isn't hidden
No.
anywhere.
So
That's
there
been
was
the
just a
argument.
weird auto lock even for the UFO.
So there, we got a shadow on the UFO there.
Some cool baked-in lighting as well on the terrain.
Yep.
Yep. It's an awesome lead animator VO as well.
That's right. Yes. Yes.
A token American.
Well, you need a token American on any game development team.
Yeah.
What the fuck kind of weapon is that? What is the way he runs? The disintegrator is so different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's got his disintegrator ray, a very early version of his disintegrator ray here.
Yep.
And you'll see one of the many variants on targeting schemes in the game, which you'll probably see a different one in every single one of these builds in this movie.
Where does that traffic light go? I don't remember seeing any traffic lights in the game.
Oh,
we had
that's
traffic
a
lights and we had
completely
plans to have
different
them
weapon.
turn green and red depending
had
on
flares,
traffic.
but,
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the old Sonic Boom. It's cool.
Yes, the old Sonic
That's
Boom.
the old
It's a machine
Sonic
gun.
Boom?
Didn't really look like a Sonic Boom, but it was quite fun to use. This would almost be our proto-capital. Well, except this is one building. But
Yep.
This site really had everything, didn't it?
It
had
did.
the dogs, it had the...
it had something for everyone, I think
Yeah.
you
for
could say.
everyone.
It was a site for all seasons. So yeah, at this point we're still very UFO-centric.
Yeah, I think we've got like 1 or 2 more builds until we started
Yeah.
focusing on crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's our first cinematic.
Yes.
That was awesome.
It was technically a prototype for the landing sequence, I guess. You could call it that. Crypto falling out of the UFO.
You could just hop out wherever it looks like.
This is absolutely massive.
It took you a very long time to walk around from
Yeah.
one end of the city to the other.
Very
Yes.
uninteresting walk around.
Very uninteresting.
What the fuck is that?
Zapmatic is a charge weapon.
Yeah, Zapmatic is
You're
charged.
kidding me.
It's kind of too much like the disintegrator ray.
I think it's more like anal probe now.
Yes, yes. Yeah, this is for a period we had people and vehicles dropping
power-ups, and I mean, this kind of morphed into the whole idea of extracting brains from people. We always knew we wanted to use.
We're gonna have an
First
extra
had,
episode here.
Santa Modesta, I think. Of course, I'm about to be proven wrong.
Now, ever-changing logo sequence of people
Yeah.
running across. Actually, I don't know. This is the
That
second
one's
time.
shit now, isn't it? What, isn't that one in the game?
No.
That was not.
No, not anymore.
Shows you how many times I start the intro.
Because you're too busy developing the game.
That's right.
It's first shell.
Enter Earth orbit and laboratory.
Those buttons are really blurry.
Oh, what the fuck?
I'm glad we fixed that problem.
Yeah, yeah.
They're blocking out what the
always
buttons
like the
look
little
like.
zoom
What a,
in, yeah,
what a
that was
baby
pretty cool.
move.
Not as cool as the Mothership, but, you know, it was cool.
The gallery of cut sites.
Yes. In fact, I think this whole segment of the movie is going to be cut, isn't it? So I don't know if there's any point in actually doing any sort of VO on it.
Okay, let's just assume it's cut.
Let me just scratch my ass for a few minutes.
Santa Modesta.
Can I say is that like copyright?
Yeah, that's copyright. We're gonna have to
I
have
think
a
as
shot.
long as you're talking about.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Caffeinated beverages are bad for you.
Oh God, look at that.
This is a sunny suburban Santa Modesta, so you're actually seeing something that sort of survived
You
to
could
the final
cloak your
version of the
ship.
game, although it's quite a different layout.
I think you can do that
Also,
too.
while we're in art, make everything as huge as possible mindset.
Yes, and there's the cloak on the UFO, so
Yep.
another cut concept. We have many of those. We tried that one out, but you know, it was kind of boring flying the UFO around when no one could see you and no one could attack you. So it we ended up.
Looks like
removing it.
a
also the fact
notice
that
meter.
One animation, yeah.
Yeah.
Also note the end of the constant 60 frames a second.
Our programmers lament this endlessly.
Yeah.
They weep. Little tears come out of their eyes. So it would have been
I
nice
didn't
to
even
get the
know
game
60
running at
frames
60 frames.
per second was actually something that could actually be complained about
Also
back
build
then.
a splash effect.
There was no
Yeah,
splash effect
that-
yet.
Yeah, that's
That was pretty impressive. I don't think we've never truly topped that non-existent water splash. There's people walking around.
That's the first stab at the awareness system as well.
Yeah, that's right.
References.
Yeah, all the people. Yes.
More people running around and making more people come out.
Look at that. That death ray doesn't look so different from the way it looks in the game now. I mean, it looks a bit different. It doesn't have that big glitchy, fuzzy thing on the front.
Yeah, this is another targeting system. Towing on lasers.
Yes.
it's 3 of 20.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Stage 3 of 20.
You can safely blame me for all of these too.
The interface 4 of 30.
4 of
Yes.
30,
Yes. Yes. And there's the Sonic Boom looking
And
a bit more like its
UFO
final version.
1 of 2. Actually, this is 2 of 3. Hang on, that's the same ship as we got now.
Yeah.
No, it's a bit different.
I think it's a bit different, yeah. It's not too far off though. Now, was this post Havoc?
No, we're yet to unleash the awesomeness of Havoc at this point.
No,
We're still
Using a competing brand.
Oh my God,
Competing
what is
brand.
that health
Yes,
system?
which is why our physics hasn't been taken to the next level yet. Because,
Oh, our physics is on the next level.
well, not yet.
No, yeah, oh, in the bit. No,
Oh,
no, that's
exactly.
right.
They
this time,
really
right,
need
now
to
it
block
is.
out what the buttons look like. That's fucking weird.
Oh, you
Brain
had
bug.
to show this, didn't you?
Oh, so this
Yeah, it
is
had
the
to be cut because of
oldest
streaming.
anal probe.
Yes, unfortunately. Which of course
This-
morphed into the brain extraction and the anal probe now.
This also isn't anywhere in the game. I wouldn't look for it.
No,
No.
no.
Nowhere at all.
This is. I don't know when this is.
This is probably that
Oh,
October
it's,
build, isn't it?
No, if it was about August, I'd say.
This
August
would be,
2003.
Yeah, this is Furon Down, which
But
was
yeah.
our kind of showcase mission for a long time, test out a lot of gameplay ideas, to obviously trying out cinematics here, and one of our designers in particular, Courtney, has worked on this mission, well, probably for like a year and a half now.
Yeah.
He loves it a bit. He loves it dearly. It's like his little child.
I think we've all touched Furon down at some
I
stage.
think everyone, yeah, it's it's close to the heart of everyone.
Yeah.
Body snatcher?
It was back when Holobob was called the Body Snatcher.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Meet and greet.
Meet and greet was something.
Also something not in the game now.
Oh yes, yes. It was. We were suffering from a bit of VO exponential explosion here, and the meet and greet was supposed to be something where you could go up and talk to people, but it never really quite worked out. It was a neat idea, and maybe it's something we can revisit again later. Just like hollow-bobbing animals. Oh, those wacky quadrupeds.
You can tell by that animation why we don't have hollow-bobbing animals.
Yes. It was very satisfying to be able to bark at people though, but yes, alas.
Oh, first PK.
Yeah.
That was before Havoc.
Before Havoc, as you can tell.
Havoc, yes.
Before we had people avoiding other people.
Yes. So we get hypnotised in here too. That's a pretty good dance.
Before it got changed to Monroe Island and not Brad Island.
Yes, well, that wasn't my fault.
Looks like depending on what weapon you had, it depended on the...
I can't remember. He's talked to the scientist.
Hey, jetpack. Was this the first jetpack?
This is the first jetpack,
First
yeah.
jetpack.
This is the first bit of the jumping across the buoys to get to the island. Except
Yes.
it was barges.
That's right. Wait, yeah, it was, yeah. Most of this is still in the game too.
Yeah.
I believe so, yes. The jetpack, that pretty much stuck as it was very close to the first implementation, which is
amazing.
Bit of a
Yes.
rarity.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, until we rewrote it at the last minute.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It turned it into huge monkeys that carried you along.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. Storks.
Yeah.
Storks that fly crypto around. Yeah. I mean, I guess we're pretty close to the full weapon set by this point. Yeah.
This is still in Furon Down, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. This is.
Blowing
Yep.
up everything.
Yep. The island looked a bit more manicured back in those days. It was
Water Tower.
Water Tower.
The constant Cold War between the Mercs team and us, and getting
Yes.
the most awesome water tower.
Yeah.
Water
That's
tower.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, this is talking of Mercs. This is the first Mercs. This is where we sort of tried borrowing the Mercs control scheme. And
That's right. The first twin stick. Yeah.
yeah.
That lasted a week, didn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That lasted a week.
It was more a prototype for when we put it back in
Yeah.
a year later.
Exactly,
Yeah.
It was a prototype that was kept on ice
Yeah.
for a very long time.
And this is Destination Earth, but in
What are you blocking?
in Rockwell
Why
before
are
we
you
moved
blocking
it over
it?
to the farm.
That's right. Yes.
Why are they so ashamed of the buttons?
We'll probably tell you the story of the farm somewhere else.
Yeah.
Do we have any E3? We have E3 footage.
We have
in
E3
here?
footage, so we
Alright,
can talk about the
we
farm
can
there.
talk about the farm.
We're still in, this would be a January build, wouldn't it?
Oh no, this is November 2003.
So this when you used to use your abilities, we used to have this effect on this aura effect, and everyone would go silhouetted, and there were different auras for different abilities that you could use on creatures and people. But
It
we
get
ended up
very foggy as well.
It did get very foggy,
Yeah.
and kind of ruined a bit of the effect of, say, PKing someone, or it wasn't as fun to scare someone when they were just a black silhouette. So we ended up ditching the idea.
This is the first cow cinematic as well.
Yes, the first cow cinematic. Which I mean, it doesn't look anywhere near as good, but it's something like what we've got in the game now.
Remotely, what we've got.
This didn't have cow poop though, did it?
No cow poop, no.
Cow poop was still several months away.
Another piece of majesty that E3 brought forward.
Yeah.
Well, I think we needed Havoc for the cow poop.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really.
we did need Havoc for the cow poop.
This is Transmogrifier, which was
Yes.
before we came up with brain collection or anything like
Yeah.
that. We came up with the idea of recycling animals and people into power-ups.
Yes.
It lasted about a week.
It's kind of like Sonic.
Yeah.
It is. Are we allowed to say so? Sure.
Maybe you should cut that out too.
Silent Blue. This PK's looking a bit closer.
No, it's pre-Havoc still.
It's still pre-Havoc.
Yeah. As you can tell when he falls.
Yes.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The battery's very acrobatic.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the main street of Rockwell. This is in the game.
Yep. Yeah, he's still there. you get another set of UI on the screen. Actually, the exclamation marks, which kind of appeared and disappeared a few times throughout the life cycle of the game, is showing awareness.
Oh my god, is this another gun that was
I'm
removed?
looking for that in the game either.
No.
You can tell why it's that awesome 7 frames a second whenever you're doing anything with rain.
Yeah.
Oh, Dan, you had to go and capture this bit.
I did this just to see Adam
Just
cry.
for me.
Yeah.
Alright, it's just your CD drive stuttering.
This is when we had in the game. I
Yeah.
mean,
At 3.0
mysterious movie mode in the game.
Yeah.
It's like bullet time, but chunkier.
Suspicion. So this actually had an awareness system that ended up very similar to what we've got now, with it goes from exclamation mark to through suspicion and up through the levels. Which it's actually changed quite a few times through development, the way people react to you. Ducto beam.
This is the fair. The first fair. It's roughly in the same position as it is now, just in a completely different layout. This is also in the everything has to be massive.
Yes.
With this huge fairground that took 5
Giant
minutes to
fairground.
navigate around.
Yes.
This is the other bug I had to leave in to make Adam cringe. It's detaching your weapons.
Oh, this is with the abductor being
Yeah.
detached. Leave it behind.
Oh no.
It's a tornado.
Okay, this is
Nah,
this
man, I like the
is-
current menu screen.
This is February 2004. So this is about a month or two before E3.
I think at this point we'd probably transitioned over to Havoc fully now. It was took a couple of months to get everything
These were things we could have had.
working 100%, so we had to remain compatible with our old physics engine for a while.
First shell?
Yeah. Was we did the whole shell in 2D and got the flow right, and then did it in 3D, and then naturally changed the flow completely. Since that's the way of doing things.
This is
Just T-post in.
I think this is still Uniontown.
This is Uniontown. This is one of the first missions with ArmQuest. Actually, this was was this the first conversation game one?
This is ArmQuest versus the Furons, but we're not going to play it.
Ah, okay. Yes, no, we're not going to play it.
No.
But you can play it in the game now.
Yeah.
We're playing ArmQuest versus the Furons. Oh, here's another interface as well. This is the interface, as we like to call it. You probably can't understand that, and that's good because we'll get sued if we say. But
Get sued for
yeah.
what?
So this had the
People
weapon
jumping off
selection.
buildings.
Yes, people jumping off buildings and bouncing back into the air, and it probably was the first implementation of Havoc. And, yeah.
Where are you
Ragdoll's
even?
still a while away. But,
Yeah.
Oh no. Well, that
It was-
Ragdoll. No,
I think it was animation. Yeah. There we got some
First Cortex
scan. Yeah.
This is when we had abilities and weapons on the same.
That's right,
thing.
yeah, they were on
and
the one-
you had to press to toggle between.
Yeah.
Okay,
So here we go.
dude, it's just the
E3 demo.
PlayStation start button.
3 days,
You can
non-stop.
find Elsa on the disc, actually. Yeah, maybe it is.
Quite
So
blown
this
away
must
by
be
the,
Havoc engine then,
movie
right?
To set up with for E3
Yeah.
that year.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
So here we go. The farm. We built the farm just for the E3 demo. I can't exactly remember why we built it, but
It was because we had Rockwell and it was all nighttime. And
That's
we
right.
wanted to show all
That's
the farm
right.
assets in a daytime setting.
Yep.
And we built it and realised how awesome it was.
So-
and so we put the tutorial into it.
yes. So we got one whole site for one mission. So yeah, but it looks very cool.
The farm's pretty much stayed the same since.
Yeah, the layout of it's very similar. And in fact, the stuff you do in here is very similar to what you did in what we did in the E3 demo, which was completely playable, which is pretty cool. It was
old crypto VO.
oh, that's right. Yeah, the same actor, but
The pre
different performance.
The pre-Jack.
Yes, the
VO.
pre-Jack. Yes. Whee!
The poop. First poop.
Awesome. Yeah, Havoc let us do a lot.
Yep. Poop modelling.
Yeah.
Modelling indeed.
So is this the first Ragdoll cow?
Yes.
Yeah,
In the game?
yeah, yep. And this was very entertaining. It's kind of proved Ragdoll's worth.
Yeah.
It's having a Ragdoll cow. And naturally, our animators took it to the next level and put Ragdoll udders on the cows, but which I don't think we had in this version.
So this is Rockwell.
I mean, Ragdoll's
Yes,
got to be
definitely
easier
designed
than a
specifically
animation,
for it.
right?
No.
No.
Could try
That's why it
asking
looks
him back.
still.
Yeah. Yeah, so the E3 demo was pretty harrowing. Dan and myself had to, in 2-hour shifts, demo for the entirety of E3.
Yeah.
And,
Except for the last day where I did 4.5 hours because you got stuck in giving interviews and stuff.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Yeah, that was tough.
That was great because I remember I spent 4.5 hours and I've been drinking water the entire time. And my bladder was exploding and I was
Yeah.
running to go to the bathroom afterwards and I ran into Andrew Goldman, who's the head of Pandemic, on the way through and I had to talk to him.
Oh, well.
And jump up and down on the spot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brad. That was awesome.
Well, yeah. You don't want to bust out in front of the boss. That's not a thing to do. Can we say that on a 10 rated game? I think we
Bust
can.
out, I think.
You already said ass earlier. What?
Yeah, we had the movie play.
Plan 9, which, got the
We had the
race.
ragdoll cars. We had
this is all Havoc.
destructible driving. This is
I don't think
Havoc
you
really
can
brought us
say
a lot.
ragdoll cars.
I have to thank the guys at
I wouldn't
Havoc.
say they're ragdolls.
Zappo working something like it does now. Although it used to only stun people, never actually killed them
Yeah.
early. Oh no, actually
Really?
it was killing them there. There you go.
But you have to hold
Completely
it.
wrong. Yeah. Hey, the undetonated made an appearance. I think we've seen our whole weapon suite. Oh no, actually we haven't seen the anal probe, have we?
Dennis
No.
Probe still coming.
City section. Good old city. I'm just trying to think of something to say here. But
It's the city.
We had the idea, like, we kind of prototyped in this demo for the collecting of thoughts and how to use that in missions, how to tie that into the conversation games. And it's something we kind of went back and forth on a bunch of times. So we sort of have this in the game, but it's not entirely as it was demoed here.
Same with the conversation game as well. which
Yeah,
sort of
it went through a lot of
simplified it down.
iterations.
Yeah, we simplified it down and
Yep.
made it fun.
Yes. But it was pretty cool, and we got a good selection of voice actors for the E3 demo, just to get the early kind of feel for all the character voices, and a lot of those people we brought back again for the final game. And I think that helped a lot. With the demo and with the final game, we got some awesome voice acting in the game, and the same writer too we used for this.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of really good lines.
Yep.
First G-Man?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Back in the city. This was always one of my big and most favourite things, was that you could get in the UFO and be in exactly the same world as the rest of the game. I think that was one of the coolest things we've done. Is, you've got this destructible environment. Most games before had like big environments, but you didn't have the scale change. You didn't have the fact that it was completely destructible. So, and this kind of really showed that to people. I think.
Yeah.
Just jump in the UFO.
You always sort of had people just go, "Oh,
Yeah.
that's just awesome."
Yeah, this would get awesome reactions at E3. And we kind of artists had improved the visual effects on the destruction at this point. We had the fires and collapsings looking a bit cooler, and it's kind of always got a good reaction. Bit of physics going there. See the cars flying through the sky. Can I say? I don't know if I can.
If you're talking about 4th of July. Then
I am talking about the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly was a good technical challenge trying to be able to play the game from UFO mode and alien mode without basically writing a whole new game for either mode. So I think it has turned out pretty well, although it was a pretty painful process.
It was a challenge, but we made a cool game.
We did.
And the invasion does indeed begin in 2005, as you found out by buying this game.
Yep. And that's it. And then we spent a year just sitting on our asses, pretty much. And,
Just pina coladas and supermodels. It's tough. Life of a game developer.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. The version kind of wrote itself, and
That
really
engine writing robot was.
It did a good job.
I think Havoc really helped the stuff.
Yeah.
Without Havoc, we would have had. We would have been far behind where we are now.
Yep.
That's actually stopped.
Cool.
thanks,
You're just
guys. I
sitting
hope
here
you enjoyed
talking
the
now?
game.
What the hell?
Yeah, thanks.
And if you don't, we're going to come around to your house and beat you.
Well, I'm guessing they enjoyed it since they would have had to have played through the game to watch this.
Yeah.
Either that or cheated. But if you cheated, then
Well, then you shouldn't be listening to this anyway, because you don't deserve to.
Yeah. Frankly, we have no respect for you if you cheated.
Yep.
Okay, I think I've looked at everything now. Just the invasion report. There's no reason to look at that. Okay. Well, it was good for me to go back through the original before touching the remake, and yeah, the younger me sure would never have thought that I would beat the game again in one solid day after deleting a save that was already halfway through the game. So there I go. I'm now going to go to the bathroom and head myself to bed.